The building behind me is a big modern library where everyone can read and borrow books. You can borrow up to 5 books and take them home for 3 weeks. And you don't have to pay anything. It's a free service. This book, which I got from the library, looks interesting. Look at that last sentence. This book, which I got from the library, looks interesting. The part in the middle is a relative clause. It's a non-defining relative clause. It doesn't define book, but it gives extra information about it. Compare these 2 sentences. The first with a non-defining clause. The books, which I got yesterday, are interesting. This means all the books. And the second with a defining clause. The books which I got yesterday are interesting. This means only the books I got yesterday, not all the books. Notice the commas that separate the non-defining clause, at the beginning and end of the clause. But we don't separate a defining clause with commas. Here's another difference. Non-defining clauses can't use that as the relative pronoun, whereas defining clauses can use that or which. We must have a relative pronoun in a non-defining clause, but we can leave it out of a defining clause. Both kinds of relative clause can be at the end of a sentence. I'm reading a novel by Naguib Mahfouz, who is an Egyptian writer and a Nobel Prize winner. This non-defining clause gives extra information about Naguib Mahfouz. In this example, the relative clause is a comment on the whole situation. I'm reading a lot of books in Spanish these days, which is hard work, but it helps me to learn the language. We call it a comment clause. We always use which in a comment clause.